Jillian, and today I have a very special guest. His name is Mawuli Chai. I could say that all day.
You said that good.
Yeah, I love your name, Mawuli.
You said that good.
So Mawuli is a mentor for youth. He helps youth that are lost to help find their way back on track. He mentors not only youth, but adults as well.
Absolutely.
He interviews people and works with people like Oprah. Oh my gosh, how could I be sitting here when this man works with Oprah? He's interviewed Prince.
Now, if you know me, I'm an Oprah fanatic. So, heard she was coming, show sold out. I called the production company and said, you gotta need some help. I'll volunteer. End up volunteering. Long story short, I end up volunteering. The position that they put me in, I figure I'm never gonna see Oprah Winfrey. It doesn't make sense. And her security guard comes to me and says, I don't know who you are, but we've been watching you. And Miss Winfrey's in the back watching you on a television screen.
What were you doing?
I was helping people to their seats, making sure that people felt energized, making sure that production was going well, the whole nine.
You have a light though. You have a light.
Thank you.
And that it attracts people. So of course she saw you. Of course she did.
Saw me and they say, we think you can handle this. Handle what? What are you talking about? Miss Winfrey is watching you and we want you to be her marker, which was absolutely remarkable to me because she takes her team from Harpo here and they do everything.
Yeah.
It was me. So I got a chance to work with Miss Winfrey, meet her for the day, talk with her, learn the behind the scenes, and it was magic. It was remarkable.
Did you learn anything from her, and did she take anything from you?
We shared stories about her being in Nelson Mandela's home. What I learned from her was her stalwart presence. I learned that when Miss Winfrey says no, it's no. There's something about, and you can see it in her eye. And there was a humility with her. You know, she couldn't believe that all these people came to see her. I think that life class was the highest rating in history for her at the time.
Big thing happened in here. This is our real thing today. So Mawuli, take over and tell us exactly what it is that you do.
Well, here's the idea. I was a young, inquisitive kid, 13 years old, interested in celebrity, wanted to find out what do they do when the camera is off. And I found myself into freelance writing, which created the pathway for so many other things. And, you know, I will say that I've been able to use a story of being a writer, of meeting celebrities to influence and inspire young people across the city. And so that's been the major thing for me.
So do you have a company, or how is it that people do you do workshops, for instance? Absolutely.
So there's a company that I have called Team Synergy. And the idea was just to bring people together who are in their own, experts in their own facets, in their own lives, and to allow them to utilize their best strengths. And I also do give workshops as well.
So tell us about the workshops.
Well, let me tell you about the premium workshop. I prefer that because Stand in the Truth of Who You Are came to me out of starting a diversity program many years ago in 2001. It was really a prayer that I had said to God, saying, I'm going to do something new. You're entrusting me to do something. How am I going to do it? And I just heard in my spirit, stand in the truth of who you are. And it became my mantra.
Wow, that's powerful.
Right? Stand in the truth of who you are. Everything like you will know who you are, and everything unlike you will know who you are, because everything has a language. And so I began to explore what that meant. And working with young people that stand in the truth just became its own idiom. It became its own message. It became people could really identify with if I just had the courage to step out on faith, do whatever I have to do, be a full expression of who I am into the world. If I did that by standing in my truth, it would happen.
Right.
And so I recognized that the message attached itself to young people who were firmly incarcerated, to young people who were doing poorly in school, to young people who wanted to step out and do something their family had never traditionally done. Right. And so it just kind of resonated, and it stood with me because every time I'm asked to do something, I make sure that I stand in my truth.
In one of your workshops, you speak about setting achievable goals. How do you set a goal and stick to it?
Well, the idea is that you got to be your word. You got to be impeccable with what you say. That's the only thing you have. So when you declare that you're going to do something, actually do it.
Right.
And my thing is, if you set 3 things to do for the year, 3 distinct things, then I always believe that your vision pulls you. It drives you and gets to where you need to be.
Right.
So setting a goal is what I say is one of the delicious moments in life, because it will pull you forward to actually achieving and doing what you say you're going to do. Very, very important. Always set a goal, and when you arrive at that place, set another one.
And what that's very good. And is this a good idea as well, is to write down your goals, and as you achieve them, you check them off and reward yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's something to be said about you putting paper to pen.
You have a student that comes in and says, you know, Mawuli, my parents are making me take economics and I really don't want to take that class. What do I do? What do I do?
My first question is, what do you love to do? Your passion drives you, and your vision pulls you to that. And so my question to them would be, what do you really want to do? Because anytime you live your life for somebody else, it will never work. It won't be your own life. It won't be your authentic expression.
Right.
It will be you're trying to fill the space to allow somebody to feel happy, and you're the first person that needs to be happy. So that's my first thing.
Right.
That's my first thing. And then if we have to do some intervention and meet with the parents and kind of massage it, the message coming from another mouth means a different thing for other people, if that makes any sense to you. So sometimes I'm able to speak with the parents and change them.
That's so good. Let's talk about your Africa trip and how you took young men to Africa with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
what'd you do there?
2013, I got the opportunity to work with the African Canadian Legal Clinic. 8 young men who were together for about 3 years. And I intricately had the opportunity to work with them on a board. The year prior, they had gone to the States and done a whole civil rights movement, you know, seeing Martin Luther King, seeing Little Rock 9, 16th Street Baptist Church, and ultimately that brought us to the motherland, Africa.
What part of Africa did you go to?
We went to Ghana.
Woo! I hear it's beautiful there.
Beautiful. I've never experienced love like that before anywhere in the world. What was moving about that trip was actually going to Cape Coast and going into that slave dungeon.
Oh my gosh, that is powerful.
Yeah.
Did you feel an energy in that slave?
You feel the people pushing you and moving you. You feel palpable in the air, their spirits. What you don't expect to smell them. You can still smell the DNA and the blood and the stench of fighting. And I had the opportunity to be locked in the women's jail cell, in the dungeon rather.
Wow.
I can't tell you. When I speak about them, I cry.
You cry?
Because I still smell them in my nostrils. It's something I'll never, ever, ever forget.
On the Auntie Jillian show, I have thousands of youths that write me. So let's take one question here from a young girl who says that her friend is continuously pessimistic. Everything about her is a complaint about her being insecure, and she just brings this girl down. What do you say to someone like that?
I say, show me your company, tell me who you are. And you got to be in a place to divorce your friends if you recognize they're not good for you. And it could also be a family member. It's a hard reality, but I think if you are around people who drain your energy and who don't share your same passion and optimism, who don't like being enthusiastic, it's a drain on your energy, and I make no reservations for it. Those people I cut out of my life. Cut them.
You got it. I love that about divorcing your friends, because you can't be held down by someone that's holding themselves down. You know, you
got
need
too much promise.
Yeah, it is.
Got too much promise.
So I love that. I love that that answer. So let's go on to another question.
I'm here with Aunt Jillian.
So here's a really good question for you, because it's university based.
Okay.
This young lady wants to know how to make the transition from high school or college into university. She's bridging over. It's a big step for her, but she doesn't know how to make the transition. What do you say to her?
Well, here's the deal. No one ever really prepares you for making the transition from high school to university. There's no manual. There's no script, you know. What I would say is keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and above all else, stand in the truth of who you are. Be yourself. Don't change to try to acquiesce or to be something that you're not. Go with the flow. Be open-minded. Have fun.
That's the thing.
Have fun.
Let your guard down a little bit.
Let your guard down. Have fun.
Yeah, and many of them are worried about finding friends. But
Yeah.
as I try and tell them that the friends that are like you, like your personality, somehow they'll find you. You'll find each other.
And they'll come, and you'll realize that some of the people that you meet in university will be lifelong friends for you.
Yes. Okay, so there's a UK lovely, by the way. I call them my lovelies because they really are lovely to me.
Got that.
You know, so I call them my lovelies. And there's a UK lovely here who says that she has a mark on her face and she's feeling very insecure on how she looks, and she hasn't felt confident at all because of this brown beauty spot. She says it's under her right eye. What do we tell someone like that?
Well, there's a couple of remedies. If you wear makeup, cover it up and conceal it. But why would you want to change who you are to somehow be accepted?
Right.
The moment you embrace that beauty spot, and that's what it's called. It's called a beauty spot.
It's a beauty spot.
So it's beautiful.
Right.
Right? At the moment you embrace it is the moment that thing that you think sets you apart is the thing that actually gives you the leverage to be unique.
I used to feel, I can understand though how they feel because I grew up with scoliosis and I had the operation.
Yeah.
So when I wear a dress with a low cut back, I'm constantly thinking, oh Lord, they're going to see my scar. I'm chipping down the road in Trinidad for Carnival. And I'm thinking, they're all going to ask what happened to my back and things. But you know what? I've learned that it's one of my battle wounds. And
I like that.
Yeah, it's a battle wound, man. And I'm proud of it because I survived that.
Good.
It made me a better person. Yeah.
Well done. Well
better
done.
person.
Well done.
Okay, what does someone do to keep positive? What do you do to keep positive?
Well, I read every morning. I read something positive, whether I like it or not. Whether I'm feeling sad, whether I'm feeling, because I go through it too.
Oh yeah.
Right. But I read something positive.
Okay.
Every day.
Read something positive the first thing before we get out of bed.
And
that will set the pace for the rest of the day. Well, Mawuli, I thank you so much for being here. I know that you're a busy person, and I just want to congratulate you for everything that you're doing for the community, for our youths, for people that are lost, and man, you really are a force.
Thank you.
And I'm so proud to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining me.
I loved it.
Yay! What I'm going to tell them now is if you like the video, Mawuli, what should they do?
They're to log on. They're to get on. They're to watch, right?
They're to subscribe.
They're to log on. That's to subscribe to the channel.
To Auntie Jillian.
Yes.
Like and leave comments. And you know what? It's a real thing. See you the next time.
Yeah.